A young man is accidentally swept away by water and loses both of his legs. To his shock, within seconds, his legs begin to regenerate before his eyes. Overjoyed, he instinctively slams both palms against the ground in celebration. Unexpectedly, the force of the strike leaves a huge mark in the dry riverbed. Before he can even process what has happened, he realizes that his body has changed. His eyesight becomes so sharp that he can see things from miles away, and his hearing becomes sensitive enough to detect the faintest sounds in the distance. Excited, he returns to his peach orchard and discovers that every tree is covered with ripe, beautiful peaches. He eagerly picks one to taste. Just then, a beautiful but hot-tempered businesswoman suddenly enters the orchard. Seeing that she is weak and unsteady on her feet, the young man rushes over to help her. However, he uses too much force, and the two of them collide and fall to the ground, with the woman landing in his arms. The woman's face is pale. She explains that she is suffering from low blood sugar, which caused her dizziness. The young man immediately gives her the peach he was holding. As soon as she takes a bite, her weakness disappears instantly, and she is amazed by its miraculous effect. Filled with gratitude, she takes out a stack of cash to thank him. He repeatedly refuses, but she insists on forcing the money into his hands. Soon afterward, she receives an urgent phone call and hurriedly leaves. Before the young man can calm down, he notices another girl by the riverside, attempting to take her own life. He rushes over and pulls her back to safety. After talking with her, he learns that her aunt is forcing her to marry a bald, older man against her will, leaving her feeling hopeless. The young man comforts the girl and promises that she is no longer alone. Just then, the aunt tracks them down. To protect the girl, he stands in front of her and covers her with his coat so the aunt cannot identify her immediately. When the aunt tries to drag the girl away by force, the young man lies, claiming that the girl is already his girlfriend and is even pregnant. Furious, the aunt raises her hand to slap the girl, but the young man blocks her and kicks the aunt away. Realizing she cannot win by force, the aunt changes her approach and demands 200,000 taels of silver as compensation before she will let the girl go. Unable to produce such a large amount of money, the young man has no choice but to promise that he will raise it within a week. To calm the situation, he hands over the only 500 yuan he has on him. The aunt sneers, "Fine. For these 500 yuan, the young man can only keep you for 3 days." The girl angrily replies, "Aunt, what are you talking about?" The aunt laughs and says, "Since he paid the money, you'd better serve him well." The girl protests, "What do you take me for?" The aunt happily mutters, "Now I can finally buy more meat to eat." After everything settles down, the young man and the girl decide to sell the magical peaches at the entrance of the orchard. However, despite all their efforts, everyone who passes by thinks the peaches are far too expensive, and not a single customer buys one. Soon the girl's bald fiancé arrives with a group of men. He publicly accuses the young man of selling fake peaches and causing trouble. The young man tells him to stop spreading lies and leave immediately. The bald man shouts, "Everyone in the village knows what kind of people you are. Xiaoguo will never belong to you." The young man replies, "Xiaoguo won't marry you, even if she marries someone else." Enraged, the bald man grabs 2 daggers and charges at him. "Last time I wasn't prepared, so you got lucky. This time, let's settle everything once and for all."